بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So we were discussing the stories of the life of Mufti Mahmud Ashraf Usmani rahmatullahi alayh. So in the book he's mentioned very interesting story. So he says that once he went with his uncle, who's Mufti Taqi Usmani hafidhahullah. He said, my uncle was going to visit somebody. He said, come with me. And they're going to visit somebody. I didn't even know who he was. I didn't know who he was. Like, probably heard his name before, but I wasn't aware of him. And his name was Haji Muhammad Sharif, rahmatullahi alayh. And we went and we sat in his gathering. And my uncle probably sat next to him because Mufti Taqi Sahib is well renowned, well respected. And I just sat on the side somewhere. And as they were talking, it wasn't a lecture, it wasn't a bayan. But when I sat there in that gathering, I just started to cry. And he's not some kind of weirdo, he's a mufti, and he's well respected. Teacher of hadith, I just started to cry. And they both started looking at me like, what's going on? But they didn't say anything. And then after we left that gathering, my uncle, Mufti Sahib, said, Mahmoud, tum kya ho gaya? What happened to you? Why you started to cry? I said, I don't know. As soon as I came into his gathering, I just felt something that's changed in me. I just felt, just by his company, I sat there, I just felt something, and that just softened my heart, and I burst out in tears. And somebody may say, this is like, Sufi, some Ghali Sufi, bid'ati or something. This concept that a person's company has an effect on you, it can't be stressed enough. And there's a hadith in Bukhari. It's an authentic hadith. The Prophet ﷺ, he says that the people who have the softest hearts and the softer hearts are those people who look after sheep. They look after sheep. Now, sheep don't give a lecture. They don't give a bayan. They don't teach you akhlaq. They don't sit down and explain to you how to be humble. But just by herding sheep, that the company of the sheep makes you a humble person. And the Prophet ﷺ said that having rudeness, roughness in your character, and harshness, this is found in those people who herd camels. Camels don't give a lecture. They don't give a bayan. They don't open a book and explain to you how to be rude. Just the association with them, the way you have to deal with camels, it makes you rude, it makes you false, it makes you hard-hearted. And dealing with sheep, their company and associating with them has an effect on you. So the company you associate yourselves in, and company, it doesn't only mean you sit with somebody blood and flesh. The books you read, the videos you watch, the things we hear, the bayans we hear, ala qaddar Allah na'udhu billahi min dhalik, the music you listen to, all of these things will have an effect on you. The podcasts you listen to, the games that you play, the comics that you read, the novels that you read, all of these things, whether you accept it or not, you acknowledge it or not, it has an effect on you. And this is why it is of utmost importance that a person, he makes sure that he looks فَلْيَنْظُرْ مَنْ يُخَالِلْ. The Prophet ﷺ would have said, or it's the statement from the Sahaba, Tabi'un, very wise people, that الْمَرْءُ عَلَى دِينِ خَلِيلِهِ. If you want to understand what your religion is, what your methodology is, what your way is, what your akhlaq is, then look at your friends. Yes, because you are on their religion, this is your way. Yes, and even in modern, all these self-development books and these self-help books and productivity books, what did it say? You are the average of the people you associate yourselves with. Whatever the people you are, you average them out, you'll be the average of them. In anything, whether it's in deen, whether it's in dunya, whether it's in anything, you will become the average like them. So he just said, I sat in his company and straight away my heart felt this overcome with riqqa and softness, and I just kind of burst out in tears. So you have to make sure that you be very, very careful regarding this. It's not possible that a boy says, I'm just watching Andy Tate because I want to see what he's saying. And it doesn't have an effect on you. You watch 1, 2, 3 clips, 4 clips, 5 clips, 6 clips, an hour of his thing. Automatically, whether you see or not, another person who's observing you, he says your language has changed and your behavior and your attitude towards women has changed. It's not possible that a woman keeps on watching feminist videos about feminists and that her behavior, her relationship, and her thought and attitude towards men changes. It's bound to happen. Automatically it's going to happen. That is why it's always important for us to, if you can't, you have a situation where you have to go to work, you have to go to university. And university, they push all the different agendas. Then along with this, you have to make sure that you have a counterbalance, you balance this off. That you come in the company of somebody, the ulama, read their books, listen to their lectures, sit in their company, that it can balance off the effects that you maybe have receiving, and subconsciously the change in your character that maybe have come in it is balanced off. If you don't do this, what's going to happen? You start to change slowly, not even realizing what you have done. A simple example is, if you, let's say for example, you hang around with a group of friends. Now if those group of friends, there's somebody in that group that smokes, it's very high possibility you end up smoking. And if you don't end up smoking, the minimum that's going to happen is that the karahiyya and the dislike and the thing that, oh, this is a bad habit, it'll go away from you. That's minimum is going to happen. If you keep association yourself with people who smoke, people who drink alcohol, people who do drugs, say, I don't do it, I understand the limits, I don't do this. Okay, the first day you do it, you say, oh, it's wrong, you dislike it. You keep doing it with them, it comes in the hadith, يَضْرِبُ قُلُوبَ بَعْضِهِمْ بِبَعْضٍ أَوْ كَمَا قَالَ. Allah will make your hearts merge and it becomes mixed up. Meaning, what you saw as wrong before is no longer wrong in your eyes anymore. It's like, okay, this is fine. So this is why it's utmost importance. And there's so many things. That's why we always have to make sure we do this. And where there's no company available, read the seerah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Read the seerah of the sahabiyat. Read the seerah of the ulama. Read the seerah of the pious. Read all of these books. So many things you don't realize. Just the company of the people you associate yourself, it brings a big change in your life. You see a child, he doesn't read. He grows up, he's like, read, doesn't want to read. He goes to Darul Uloom, he goes to madrasa. And then the environment is such where everybody's reading, what does he feel like doing? He feels like reading. Somebody doesn't do anything, he goes for i'tikaf. Now everybody in masjid is doing, somebody doing tilawah, somebody doing tahajjud. He just feels that everybody's doing something, let me do something. Another example. When you go to the haram, most people don't understand the khutbah, no? In Arabic. But when you go to the haram, what do you feel something? What is it? Is there a lecture that you attend? No. Is there a speech that you attend? Is somebody there telling you what to do? But just going to the haram, performing your salah, listening to the Quran, performing tawaf, and being in that company, anybody will say, yes, my heart changed. What changed you? There's no words that changed you. You didn't understand the Quran. You didn't understand, you didn't sit down and listen to a lecture and a bayan, nothing. You just went to the haram and that changed your life. You went to Medina Munawwara, the Prophet's masjid. You just saw the Prophet's masjid. You're just seeing the Prophet's grave. You see the people in the masjid. You just come for salawat. Say, oh my life, I just have a different perspective. So many people say, I feel a calmness way. This is a sakina. This is an unspoken company that is now affecting you. This is why it's very, very important. And you have to make the things that you watch as well. You're engaged. That's why before, like, it's so many ways, because everybody has a connection to somewhere we don't even know where it's connected to. I'm sitting here, you're sitting here. 30 years ago, I'm from Highfields, you're from Highfields, and we both get the same information, same bayan, same bad company, same druggies. Like, I know what your access is to. If you're a good person, you go to this masjid, you deal with these drug dealers, and it's gang or good, you have an idea of what the limits are. I'm sitting here, I could be watching something from Africa, from America, from China, my thoughts are somewhere different. You're watching something absolutely different, nobody knows what's going on. So we live in a thing, but what your mindset is, how your mind is changing, you have no idea. And kids, the minds are changing, the parents, people's minds are changing. And automatically, slowly, bit by bit, our morals and our ethics are being eroded, because sometimes even hard, I don't even know what is going through people's minds. I don't know what you're watching. I don't know what you're thinking. Is it about atheism? Is it about feminism? Is it about just like being horrible to women? Is it about obsession with money, obsession with fame? Is it about a drug? Because we're not in one society anymore. We're not in this, in Highfields, this is a problem. In this street, this is a problem. In this village, this is a problem. In this country, this is a problem. It could be anything you could be involved in. You could be involved in gambling. I don't know involved in gambling. Because you're online gambling, I don't know. All of these things, and people are just be taken away. And slowly, we don't realize that so many of our characteristics and our ethos are being eroded slowly, bit by bit. You know, sometimes like in the past, a person would be, not in the past, but the Islamic ethics, probably in the past you have evil as well, but Islamic ethics is, you have your parents, you have utmost respect for them. Yes, and I mentioned this before to you as well, like when we Medina Munawwara, so when my mum passed away then, we went to Maghsala. So when the Arab family came in, it's like basically the father comes in, that's it, everybody stands up, and he just waits there, because everybody's going to come one by one, kiss his hand, kiss his forehead, and walk away. The whole line of all the kids. Then the mum comes in, and all the sons come and they kiss the mum and kiss them. This is the classic family from Medina Munawwara. When the mum came in and when the dad came in, everybody stops, gets up, go and kiss this. Kiss. This is the respect that our father is here. Everybody lines up one by one, and this all the brothers and all the family go. The father, the grandfather, they all go and do this. Why? This is the ethics. What happens now is like somebody no respect because it's what we are. And sometimes certain things are put into our syllabus in schools, in universities, in our conversations, that we don't even realize what we are being taught. Like, for example, my old man. No, that's referred to dad. So what does that do? Automatically, when that word is, you hear, when you're 4 years old, 5 years old, you read it in a book, you watch it in a movie, you watch it in a TV show, you don't even know what the concept is. But that word old man automatically implies a tahqir of the father. That he's old man. Like, that's not how you address a person's father. Even for some people, not meaning rude. Or the old man is saying this. Because they've learned that. It's a linguistic, it's a kinaya. But that word, when you use that word, it automatically means the father's status is now lower in your status. Yes, when the person speaks in Urdu or another language, my respected mother. Yes, that's different. The way you speak to your husband, the way you speak to your wife, the way you speak to your elder brother. Like, for example, so all of these kind of maratib. So many of these things you don't understand. Small things have a subtle effect on you. So sometimes people are saying, okay, you keep on watching a video and now you become obsessed. Yes, you need to stay healthy. But you're going to the gym like 4 hours a day. Like, there's nothing more to this than just going to the gym. So yeah, stay healthy, exercise. But then it's like, but that's influenced you so much you don't realize this. The haircut that you have. You didn't decide, okay, let me take a picture of my head, put it on a canvas on thing, and what haircut suits me. Nobody does this. The reason you cut your hair in a particular style is you saw this, and you were influenced by this on TV. You were influenced by this on. Nobody went and saw, what's my hair color? What's my skin color? What's the size of my ears? What's the most purport? The only reason you chose a particular haircut, whether you want to accept it or not, is that you were influenced by the things that you watched on TV or what you saw on Instagram, and you thought, yeah, I like this person. I want a haircut like this person. I'm not going to say the name of the TV show, but back in my time, there was a thing that they were saying that the haircuts, because obviously that time was like when you have one channel or like a few channels, so they have like a prime time. So that prime time series that lasted, the haircuts the women had on that show, that became a standard hairstyle for so many people. Because why? Everybody's influenced by this. Because you just see something, and human nature is to reverse something automatically. Whether it's a footballer, an actor, anybody famous, what happens? You reverse them and you adopt their style. Yes. The reason you trim your beard is because you've been influenced by what you see on TV, and you think, yeah. So for decades upon decades, you've been told, yeah, having a beard is not cool. No. But if you go back 80 years, anybody, even the atheists or what's the name, Darwin, and all of these, what did they had? They all had beards. Even there's pictures of women in Europe in scarves. There's even pictures of women in Europe, European Christian women in niqab. So what happens? That slowly, cultural erosion. So the choices you make today is not because you're clever and that you're young and think, yeah, I know these people are old people. They don't know what style is. You don't know what style is. That's a reality. Why? You don't have the ability to judge what is good, what looks good. You only do this because you've seen it on TV. You've seen it on Instagram. It's actually a sign of your being bullied, that you don't have the capacity to choose yourself. That you're so weak. I'm for a bit rude, I'm very sorry, but you're so weak and you lack intelligence that you're not able to make a choice for yourself. That what should my hairstyle be? What kind of scarf should I wear? How much of my body should I show? You haven't sat down and thought. You haven't sat down and done research. The only reason you wear a scarf the way you wear a scarf, the way you show the amount of skin that you want to wear, whether you cover your face or you don't cover your face, I guarantee that 99.9%, the boys, the girls, the men and the women, nobody sat down and said, what's the best option? What's the deciding factor? Or they be influenced. So that's a company. The company of the magazines, company of Instagram, wherever the company, the form may be. So that's what you have to realize, that who is your uswa? Who is your model? Who is your role model? And this role model that you choose, it will take you to the Jahannam or it will take you to Jannah. It's very, 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 very significant. Whoever you adopt, whoever you revere, this will come into that will become your, I want to be like this person. I want to be like this. This is where, let's the standard I look up to. And you have to make a decision and think, step back and say, well, really, the shoes that I bought, was it because I went and I read that this shoe has a good sole, it's very comfortable, and that's why I purchased this shoe? Or was it because it was an advertisement which told me that this is a cool shoe? You bought a top, you bought a jumper. Was it because I went, I researched it, and this keeps me warm and it has a long life? That's why I bought this jumper. It may be expensive, it may be cheap, but I researched it and this is good. Or was it because of this? And everything you do, the way you wear, the car that you buy, everything. So what you call it, this what you have to get, what we call it, you have to have a free brain. You can't be. So the irony is that those people think that they're very cool and they're very intellect, and those people who are not fun and they're very dumb, it's quite the opposite actually sometimes. So I'm not trying to insult anybody, but I want to wake up. Think with your own mind that Allah has given you. What is the right way? What is the right path? Do you understand? Don't get caught up in all these isms. Don't get caught up in this kind of this extreme, we call it toxic masculinism, where you think, oh, I want to be like a, a man who governs women and rules women and I have all this. I don't want to be a woman who's this thing, the feminist, and I don't need men and men are useless. All of these things that we are brainwashing from schools, from universities, settled conversations, these are things which are there to erode us, erode our religion, erode our ethics and our morals. And you have to think, really, I'm getting caught up in feminism. And I'm getting negative thoughts about men. I'm having negative thoughts about marriage. I'm becoming very, very aggressive and very disdainful of women. None of these two extremes are Islam. If you look at it, the Sirah of Prophet ﷺ, how kind he was to women. This is where your role model should be, not anti-Tate. Like just, disdainful approach to women. Is that Prophet ﷺ, he understands that women have shortcomings and women have strength. So you're very kind to them. Men have shortcomings and men have strength. How does the Sahaba deal with their husbands? How did the Sahaba deal with their children? How you deal with your wife? How you deal with your mother? How you do ta'zeem of your parents? It shouldn't be from the internet. It shouldn't be from TV. It should be from, read the Sahaba, read the lives. That's why one of the reasons we have this nasiha, that's even in Muntakhabat, is that we chose stories that we looked at. Muhammad Munkadir, he said, I spent the whole night pressing my mom's legs. If you do this, so you can read this and you can think, you know what, yes, this is what I need to do. I need to be respectful of my parents. This is my goal is not to go out and hang around with the kids outside and or my friends outside. And my goal is something different. This is what really Islam teaches us. My goal shouldn't be just hanging around outside. My goal should be this and this and this. Contributing to society, making good judgment, good decisions. So that's my message to all of you today, that the company that you sit in, whether you hear words or not, whether the words are there or not, just the behavior of somebody else you sit with, you keep watching that person, it will automatically influence you. So very careful what you read. So as individuals, read. You cannot say, me and you, we're all influenced by what we read, what you watch. And if you're adults, then what your kids are watching, what you will allow your kids to watch. And all of these things have a very, very significant, good, positive or negative effect on a person. So it's very, very important that you make wise choices. And I'm not telling you to be blindfolded, I'm telling you to think beyond the advertisement, think beyond the screen and say, well, what do I really want to do? How do I really want to dress? What's the pros of the niqab? What's the pros of keeping a beard? What's the pros of a particular dress? What's the pros of a particular attitude? What's the pros of a particular way of speaking? What's the pros of a particular way of behavior with other people? All of these things are important. So you look at this and then and the Prophet Allah says in the Quran, the Rasulullah, he's your uswa. And the Sahaba is like nujum, they're stars, guiding stars. Follow their way, the way of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the way he conducted himself as a father, as a husband, Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha, Fatima radiyallahu ta'ala anha, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali. These are the people who look at our role models, the tabi'in, and the fuqaha, the muhaddithun, the salihat. And you look at them, then you will have a life of righteousness and piety. And this is the role models worth keeping. If you just follow the other one, you'll have big problems. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me first of all, and all of you the ability to act upon this. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka.